Hey YouTube, so I just finished recording the Square Enix Minimum Collection Final Fantasy X2 figure review, and then this was sitting on my display as well, so I figured what the hell, might as well review this one too. So this is actually the Square Enix Minimum Collection Cloud and Sephiroth figures, and this is based off their designs in the original Kingdom Hearts, which actually were my favorite designs of all time for both of the characters. So I was pretty stoked to get this set. I got it about a decade ago now, and trying to see, it's different on this box in the sense from the Riku, Yuna, and Pain one, in that this one just kind of goes and says Square Enix Co. Ltd. Cloud and Sephiroth on this one, but it looks like they got rid of the year it was released on this box, and the back of the box is actually much more simplistic on this one. It doesn't have that picture of the layout or skeleton of the figures like the old one did. Here's this one. Here's the Uniriku in Pain box. So you can see they clearly changed something. And I'm not too sure when this one came out. I want to say 2004 or 5. That sounds about right. I'm gonna look it up and put it in the description, so don't worry too much. But yes. I believe these figures, last time I had them, they just felt a bit more solid than the Final Fantasy X2 ones. Granted, they are the same company, that made both of them, but if I recall correctly, these figures felt a lot more stable. And something interesting about this set was it was always kind of a pain to come across growing up, like before eBay had expanded as much as it did currently. So it was actually kind of hard to get this set, but and even now, since it's been so long, a lot of the details behind it have been lost. Like, it says limited edition, but I really actually have no idea just how much of these were made. So it's really hard to find details on figures like this, but in any case, let's open it up and get to reviewing the figures inside. So here's the card without any hindrance, and it's kind of old, so it's seen some wear. That's what it looks like. It's got the full official artwork of Cloud and Sephiroth from their Kingdom Hearts 1 designs. And once more, that lettering under Square Minimum Collection. Pretty interesting compared to the Final Fantasy X2 ones, because that one said Square Enix Minimum Collection, but by this time they kind of got their stuff together a bit more, and they just went with Square Minimum Collection. And the translation directly beneath it just says Square Minimum Collection. So that's just a basic katakana translation, Square Minimum Collection. Nothing more else to see here. Other little warning things. If you want to translate that on your own time or something, by all means, go do that. But it's not important. And just wanted to showcase that right quick. And over here, I have Cloud and Sephiroth in the plastic tray. And one thing I like about these figures a lot more than the Final Fantasy X2 figures is that the back of them actually looks good too. Like the Final Fantasy X-2 figures, it was like certain angles made them look better or worse. But these figures, you don't have to worry about that. Like, they look good all around pretty much. Excuse me for a moment, I'm gonna change the positioning on this camera so I can focus it downwards so you can see the figures, and I can get to the articulation in just a minute. Alright, so here are Cloud and Sephiroth out of the packaging, and these figures feel so much better than the Final Fantasy X2 ones. I don't know, they're made kind of a soft plastic, but it just really feels nice. And even though they have the same, skeleton as the Final Fantasy X2 figures do, these just feel well executed. So like Cloud here, he has like little soft plastic parts that go over, the hard plastic skeleton. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. It's bright and it's kind of hard to see. But it really is nice. And this hole, they actually has a hole in his back. So this wing, he actually doesn't even have to have it. If you wish, you can just remove it like such. And there's a little hole in the back, but even then, still looks very good. And oh yeah, his hands, he still has those, is still victim to those little claw crab hands that are within the major hands. So what I actually did was I painted it brown a long time ago. I totally forgot I did that, but it's kind of takes it makes it less noticeable, I should say. So that's why I did it, and looks good all around. Here's Cloud's little head. I'll show it to you up close if you want to see. Looks like his mouth is really low. Man. Alright, I'll put his head back on. Cloud's been decapitated for now. And here we have Sephiroth. I just want to show Sephiroth off briefly. Don't really have to take off his wing because he kind of has it on him at all times. And if you spin it around, beautiful. And right here is what I was talking about in my Final Fantasy X2 figure review. His hands on the inside are actually that flesh tone, the kind of natural peachy colored plastic. But what I did was I swapped out his hands with pain, so he actually had these kind of smooth black hands in the back. And it actually, I'd say it looks a lot better on him than on Pain, given, you know, it's kind of a more flawless appearance for Sephiroth. But I still think they would have just been better off if they just made, you know, the bigger hand molds with like a little peg to go directly into the arm instead of just messing around with that small little individual hand within. I think they could have, you know, saved some trouble if they just did that. But whatever. These figures are still nice. And I mean, these are very, very just awesome. I actually want to show off the weapons briefly too. Let's see. Right here we have Cloud's bandaged blade, bandage buster sword. Possibly bandaged up to avoid killing keyblade wielding teenage boys. So I guess that's good. He considers the safety of the youth. But Sephiroth don't care. Sephiroth will murder somebody. Like, here we have Sephiroth's blade, which is, let me see. This is actually pretty good. I mean, it's real basic. It's nowhere near as intricate as Sephiroth's blade actually is, but for the sense of how basic these figures are, they actually do work. So let's just plug this in over here. So here we have Cloud and Sephiroth with their respectful weapons, and given the holes in their hands, it might even be possible to make them interchange weapons if you wanted to equip Cloud with the Masamune or Sephiroth with the Buster Sword. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but I'd say it is possible that you can do so. And yes, these figures are amazing. They're awesome. They're if you can only pick between these and the X2 ones, I mean, I would honestly recommend picking up both sets, but I'd definitely say pick up this one more because of its rarity, and it's really hard to come by, and it's limited edition too. How limited it is, I really don't know, because that information is kind of gone from the internet at this point, but I'll still keep looking. I'll try and find an answer to that. And there's also some other neat things about these figures. As I mentioned before, how they're kind of close in scale to, you know, Kubrick's, and they're a bit bigger than Legos. And let's see, here I have Minimate Maria Hill. But in this sense, they're kind of much closer to Kubrick's in terms of scaling. So I actually want to show something interesting I came across. So I just tossed the main guys off to the side for a minute. Excuse me for doing that. But since these weapons are just small enough, you can actually equip Metal Gear Solid Kubrick's with them. So you can kind of have a interesting Metal Gear Solid / Final Fantasy crossover if you want to have Solid Snake fight Liquid Snake. It's Cloud and Sephiroth. You can actually do so. Which is, I thought that was pretty neat that they actually fit directly into the hands of Kubrick's, you know. So just fun things to mess around with. I always try to find kind of cross-compatible, you know, weapons and equipment with these figures and such. So yeah, very cool. Just wanted to let you guys know. And that's about all I have to say about these figures. Very nice. I recommend picking up Cloud and Sephiroth. And, well, if you can come across the Solid Snake and Liquid Kubrick's, they might be pretty rare now. I'd recommend picking them up, too. But that's words for another day, no. But in any case, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. You take care and have a good one.